In this video, I'm walking on a dike now. It's not used to withhold water anymore. Now it's used as just a path that you can walk on or you can cycle on. I just want to remind you of the following. When affliction comes to you, 99% of the time you're not aware it's an affliction that arrived. It often goes like this. Unfortunately, also with believers, because they're not alert. There are believers who are alert, don't get me wrong, but a lot of us believers aren't alert. You have your daily routine. That's a red flag already that you're stuck in a routine. But you have your daily routine, everything goes smoothly. Suddenly you feel like something heavy is there. But you think, I just didn't sleep well, or I may have eaten too much steak yesterday. So you blame it on some natural occurrence. But that's your inner radar going off, that something is off. Then suddenly, some people begin to look weird at you. But even then, it's not really anything bad. Until the big event comes. You hear that one of your relatives had a car crash. Or a car accident. Or you hear that you're about to be evicted from your home, even though you paid the rent. Then when the event comes, now people look what's going on. You're already too late when the event happens, because the event that shocked you was a symptom that something has gone way too far already. Christ said to be wise as serpents. Now, one thing about serpents is that serpents, I don't want to say navigate. Okay, I'm going to use the word navigate now, even though they're not on water. They navigate the environment. Serpents, they crawl around because they don't have feet, they don't have arms. They crawl around. They're quite flexible. The body's quite flexible, and they sense the warmth in the environment. So they sense the climate, and based on the sensing of the climate, they can detect their prey, and they can also detect danger. Serpents don't always remain in the same region. And here's the thing, a lot of serpents, they change their skin. So it can be that you have a serpent today, the skin looks kind of brown, and then 5 days later, the same serpent looks kind of green. Why? The old skin grew off of him, so now he's in another skin layer that is up. Soon that new skin layer will fall off, and he has another skin again. Why does serpent do this? So that you won't be able to detect them easily. If the serpent would remain with the same skin all the time, animals with a good sense of smell could detect the serpent, because that skin gives off a scent, and animals with a strong sense of smell could detect the serpent easily. That's why it changed its skin from time to time. Why did Christ tell us to be wise as serpents? Because we ought to be flexible and practical and active as serpents. Now, we're not serpents, we're human beings, okay? And in a figurative sense, Christ is not saying be like a predator. No. He's telling you to be smarter and wiser, more practical than predators. That's what he's telling you. Again, often when an affliction arrives, you're not aware of it. It's only when the shock event comes you realize, okay, something's wrong. But when the event comes, it's already far advanced. And sometimes you don't even notice that the event is there. You hear it afterwards. Look, that's why every morning you wake up, you agree with Christ, you align yourself with Him, and you speak out a blessing on your life. You speak out blessing on your relatives. You decree long life on your relatives. Each of them becomes older than 100 years. You speak financial increase on the behalf of those around you, so that they will be drawn onto Christ. You don't go into decree things just to make them comfortable. You decree them to bring them close to Christ. Financial abundance can be a tool in ministering onto people. Don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be the goal. I explained it before. We ought to be active all the time as believers. Yes, you have a body that's mortal and weak. That's why you sleep, that's why you eat, that's why you drink, that's why you take a rest, that's why you relax. There's nothing wrong with that. But despite the fact that you have a mortal body, you are powerful in Christ. You are a spirit being with a soul inhabiting a body. So you are a spirit being. So be spiritually active all the time. When did you hear that Satan took a holiday? When did you hear that demons took a day off? Where would they go on holiday? They have no place to go, actually. But when did you last hear they had a holiday? Never! They never have a holiday. Because, fire as possible. They can't draw everyone to the lake of fire. It's not going to happen, but they want to draw as many as possible to the lake of fire. And to the believers who are born again, they won't end up in the lake of fire, but they do their best. They work hours to keep believers trapped, so believers will not be fruitful in their walk. They do this through Babylon churches, do this through false teaching, through accusations, through all kinds of stuff. Believer, you ought to be active. But there's another thing also. Here's the flip side of it. Often when a real blessing manifests, you're not aware of it either. Because when a real blessing manifests, I don't talk about short-term relief that demons offer. I'm talking about the short-term relief that the world provides unto you. When a real blessing manifests, often you're not aware of it yourself. Because when the blessing arrived, it arrived. But the paranormal is aware it arrives, and they don't know what's coming from it. So now they begin to hinder you. And now in your circumstances, people may become upset with you. You may face physical danger because people want to lay hands on you and all of that. Such things may happen. And you now in faith you combat all of it. And while you're combating all of it, the blessing works out. But you're not aware of it till afterwards. It can be that you were rejected from most job offers, and you thought, what is going on? Why are they discriminating against me? What is this? Which voodoo are people doing against me? Or look what I'm saying here. While you were looking for all those jobs and it didn't work out, you thought, you know what? Let me learn an extra language. Maybe it's because I don't have much languages. You decided, let me take an online course for a moment. So while that was going on, you developed in other areas. Your social circle increased. The old people you used to hang around with that mean themselves no harm. Listen, they didn't even mean themselves. I said it wrong. They didn't mean themselves any good. They didn't mean you any harm, but they didn't mean themselves any good because they have no interest in moving forward nor find deliverance or any of it. They just wanna get along with the cycle. So they don't mean themselves any good. So how can they mean any good to you? Those folks are now gone. Okay, you're not even aware they were gone. And now you know other folks. So what has happened? The deliverance, the blessing came. And the blessing worked out. The resistance was only to hinder you from realizing the blessing has come. But because you were Christ-centered, you were walking in the blessing without you being aware of it. And it's only afterwards you realize, oh, it was working out. Look, I was a bit excited a few seconds ago. That's why I kind of had to stop because I said something wrong, but okay, that's what I have and I'm excited and I'm making a video. Just understand the following here. You need to be active. That's the only way you'll walk in the blessing, you'll overcome the wiles of the enemy. They say faith without works is dead. Okay, dead unto whom? Unto the believer, because faith itself is alive. It contains the power of Christ. But it's dead unto you if you don't walk in it. The purpose of faith is for you to walk in it. If you don't walk in it, it won't work out for you. There is power over there, okay? Let's say you have a power bank and you need to charge your phone. That power bank is there. There's electricity over there. But if you don't plug your phone into the power bank is dead unto you. Does that mean that the power bank is the fact? It doesn't mean that the power bank is a hoax. No, the power bank is real and there is power. But if you don't plug your phone on it, you will not receive power from the power bank. Your phone will not be charged. So your phone will remain dead, even though there's power right over there. The same is with faith. You ought to walk in it. So I'm telling you, walk in it, believer. Be at peace.